Oh, okay. No, instantly changed over me. To the genuine ones with no messages, I hope all is rolling in. No, it the changed over me. You ever realize you was one of those friends or family members, or whatever the case may be? You didn't sign up for certain conversations. No, it done changed on me. It ain't always the one saying that you're doing too fucking much. No, I'm not. Safety first, bitch. It done changed off for me. You know, and especially when it's entertainment purpose only. No, it's entertainment purpose only. My concept, everybody else. Oh, okay. I'm not using respect. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I am Niyah, genuine love, respect. To the genuine ones with no misintentions, healing trauma and pain is not an overnight process. So never give up on yourself when someone says you don't have potential, or someone is trying to blackmail you against you, or someone's taking your kindness to disrespect you, make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. It's not. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Regards to you overflowed the wrong cup, they try to shortchange you because you was willing to choose you. You found peace when you least expected. In a blindside situation, not to reject yourself, but God will sleep protecting you. We not pray the same. They would never understand growth when it comes to even exchange. Standing for yourself when it comes to motivation, that hinge is different when you being your biggest cheerleader, rooting you on when you couldn't relate to hold on 1 second. Self-love, hold on 1 second. Who would have knew it would truly make you feel good to go within and choose you? No, and the change on always be yourself with no malicious intentions. My conscience is not for everybody else. Okay. It's not. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. It's not. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. To the genuine ones with open intentions, always be yourself. Nobody deserves to be homeless, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. But my conscience is not everybody. And that's okay. No other change of me. You ever was minding your business with the mind your business and someone says, hey, we have a little family get together, we doing something, we want to go hang out and have a good time. No, it trained off of me. They said we about to go out to the water park, or to the beach, or to the lake, or whatever case may be. A vocabulary that you're not norm to. No, and the trained off of me. You ever realize you didn't have no swimming gear and you didn't know how much prepared that you was going to be at the end of the day? No, and the trained off me. You ever overly dressed to an event? Safety first. Ah! No, for real, for real. You ever been one of those people that go to an event or whatever case may be, when it goes to an amusement park or a water park or the pool or whatever the case may be, and realize I didn't want to be that fool? Bitch, I ain't trying to drown today. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck if you know how to swim, bitch. No, remember, you ever had that one family member that outbeats everybody because they know how to swim perfectly, motherfucking fine? Bitch, we didn't ask you about your time. How many classes you had fucking spit. It's a trade off for me. You ever realize at the end of the day, you decide to say, you know what? I'm gonna go and buy me some swimming gear to make sure I'm okay for the day for this participation, whatever the case may be. Last minute shit. It's cool. You got your little swimming gear, cute as shit, whatever the case may be. You ever get to the event and only realize you're the only one that's overly dressed? They like, damn, is you gonna drown or what? What do you mean? He's trade on me. It's gonna say, I'll save you. I don't trust you. No, it's a trade on for me. When you realize when you go into the water, you don't trust no motherfucking body with your motherfucking life. Not even a motherfucking lifeguard. Have it trade on me because anything will fucking go wrong. I ain't said what I said, what the fuck I said. No, for real, for real. These motherfuckers trying to figure out your motherfucking chain when it comes to your mental health. Do you need a fucking doctor? No. Oh, you got your little life vest on and shit. This motherfucker got a helmet on and shit. You're not supposed to wear a helmet in the motherfucking water. Bitch, it's gonna be my weight when I need to go up. They said he's gonna go down, you dumbass. No, it's not. No, I'm not. When you realize you watch too much motherfucking Google, let alone YouTube videos and shit, you start to realize at the end of the day, everything will make sense in your book that somebody can relate to. Common sense. No, it's a trade over me. No, for real, for real. It's a trade over me. Entertainment purpose only. You ever decide to go to a family function that's something that you really didn't sign up for, but it was last minute, and only for you to get to the event, and not only was you overdressed at the end of the day, but you was too success. No, for real, for real. You ever showed up with your degrees? No, for real, for real. No, you ever went to those family events at the end of the day and how motherfuckers always want to disrespect you because of the fact that you ain't been around in a long time. So they want to know what the fuck you been having going on or whatever case may be. So you know you gotta have a whole fucking resume for last year, the year before that, and the year before that, because you know they gotta play catch up and shit. When you know, you know. Everybody wanna be your fucking business. You can't just walk around family that you been seeing a long time and say that you just fine. No, 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 no. They wanna know who you sleeping with. They wanna know what job you work at. They wanna know when was your last breakup. Cause you know they heard around town that someone broke your heart so bad you went in depression mode when you never was there mentally at the end of the day. No, the trade on me. How they know so much about you at the end of the day? I'm hot. What the fuck? I ain't talking about this bullshit. They swear up and down because you ain't been around them in a minute, but KCB. Someone broke your heart. You ever had them family members in the day that swear they know you in the day? And these motherfuckers don't even know if they coming or going their own fucking relationship. I said what I said. The train on me. I ain't falling for your bullshit. No, for real, bro. A motherfucker would swear because you are not around. These fools, they swear that you loving somebody, someone abusing you, someone not loving you properly. They think something bad going on. Like, damn, I just can't be not around you fuckers. Even checked on me. I ain't falling for your bullshit. No, for real, for real. You ever realize when you got to an event when it comes to family, you realize you got to pull that resume out real nice. Where you been? Where you been? Minding my goddamn business is trained off for me. My content is not for everyone. Not say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I love to talk about love. No, it didn't change on me. I love to talk about love. Imagine someone walking into your life. It wasn't judgment. They was capable, able treating you right, not to have malicious intentions. The energy is different. Someone truly stole your heart in the most healthiest way. It wasn't lust. It was real love. Someone truly keeping it real with you, love. Someone wasn't trying to fumble because they knew how to respect you. Maintaining your smile, they didn't have to get physical. That energy is different. Overcoming trauma and pain, they didn't have to play mind manipulation games. Someone truly meeting you halfway. Someone understanding at the end of the day, I understood what you overcame when it came to trauma and pain. I wouldn't be able to walk a day in your shoes, but I'm not here to verbally, physically, emotionally abuse you. Although it's like it's your free will. The energy is different when someone wasn't wearing the mask thing in the wrong direction, but they truly show you that true love can truly last. You know, true love is not complicated. How to love your life, it wasn't a mistake. The energy is different. Someone truly what potential. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. No, it's trade off of me. Someone bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments. Someone who knew that's accountable for their actions. Someone that saw you, heard you, not to overlook you. Someone didn't have to get physical, physically, emotionally, or verbally. The hinge is different. Someone who gave you a safe place to actually go within to be emotionally available. That energy is different because they wasn't trying to make you emotionally unstable. How when God placed the right person into your life, it wasn't one lie was told. That energy is different when someone truly shows you it was okay to be your authentic self because someone truly had potential, showing that you truly was worthy. Someone valuing your time and they not the run game. They wasn't wearing a mask. They wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it too. Both of y'all be on the same page when it came to common sense, how true love can truly last, truly make you feel like, hold on 1 second, I'm very so much thankful I ain't give up on the love department. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. No, it didn't change on me. I gotta go. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. And I say that respectfully. True love is not supposed to hurt. It's not. I'll always expect it. Love is real. Love is one of a kind with the right one actually for you. When you was far from a fool, that energy is different. Someone truly allows you to blossom. Someone want to be by your side when you elevate to become your best self vision of yourself. How someone was truly your biggest cheerleader up close and person behind closed doors. That energy is different. Someone have to do you wrong. Someone truly knew how to maintain your smile even on your worst day. That energy is different. Someone truly showing you when the world's against you. You walk into the right person's arms. That energy is different. Love is real. Love is one of a kind with the right one truly for you. No, it isn't trade off for me. How someone truly wanted to water you down in the most healthiest way when it came to your flowers actually blossoming. They wasn't trying to turn your water off. That energy hits different because someone truly know how to maintain your smile. Elevation hits different when it comes to the right person truly paying attention. How true love is not supposed to hurt. It's not. It wasn't a game piece at the end of the day or a controller because someone actually made common sense not to play with your mental health, let alone your heart. When God placed the right person into your life to truly protect your heart, overcoming a storm when you least expect it. The unconditional love truly brought you balance, acknowledge your worth that you truly are worthy. Loving yourself to better yourself, not to dim your light. That energy is different. Thanking God every single day. You may not pray the same as everybody, but you still know how to respect it because you never had hate in your vein. Overcoming the storm when they least expect it. They thought you was going to give up on yourself, but God was really showing you better days ahead. They would never understand the potential that you truly had. Becoming your best self, vision of yourself, walking out on faith. Understanding that God wasn't misleading another day. How God showed you that, hold on one second, your past living your reality, something that you wasn't running from when your past tried to spin a block the day. God said, I got you back. They can't get in touch with you at the end of the day because you truly emotionally unavailable. They will never understand how God brought the right person into your life to bring you balance, to acknowledge your worth. That energy is different. Overcoming trauma and pain, that energy is different. Love is real, love is one of a kind. What the right one truly for you. No other trade it off for me. You know, you may not pray the same as your neighbor. They say fairy tales ain't real, but so much we knew how to keep it real. You came through. You ever came through in somebody's life? Something that you always pray for, someone not to fumble you, and y'all both was on the same page mentally, meet each other halfway, value each other's time and day. It wasn't a game. Operating out of real love, it wasn't lust. It was that 411 type of connection, that divine timing. Who would have knew someone wasn't trying to shortchange you? My content is not for everyone. It's not. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? Now ever trade off for me. Someone truly being real. Someone truly keeping it real. Someone wasn't trying to turn your water off. That energy is different because someone truly wanted you to blossom. You had the right person by your side. Here was your neighbor that wanted you to maintain that smile. It was the love of your life that truly wanted you to elevate the most healthiest way. They wasn't trying to turn your water off. How folks will never understand how your past try to dim your light, but God didn't discourage you when it comes in this chapter. They will never understand growth when it comes to maturing, acting your body weight, your shoe size, how God allows certain doors and opportunities to come into your life for all the right reasons, letting go of bad habits. How your neighbors swear up and down, you talking about like a bad habit. Everybody's expression at the end of the day when it comes to life is truly different, but I ain't got my list of 10s. The energy is different when it comes to growth. How they watch you so much at the end of the day, gang stalk you right to left. Swear at the end of the day, you such a bad habit when it comes to hold on one second. They want to paint you out to be the villain in their story. But it was truly your reality. Understand to let go of the dead weight at the end of the day when it came to their pointless conversations, when they try to project forward towards you right to left. God truly showed you the gang stalking was real, the hacking devices when they was lying on your names and saying that you didn't have potential when you was never doing it for likes and views or fame. I love myself, not the dim my light. I love myself, not the dim my light. Gang. God didn't fail me in this season. They wanted me not to elevate, to choose me, to understand my reflection when it comes to my reality. But I understood that, hold on one second. I was walking out, stepping out on faith. It was never for likes and views because God was never for sale. They would never understand how you truly heal. You know, when you have hate in your vein, it was days when you didn't understand peace to go with them, but you found it when you least expected in a blindsided spot, actually going with and actually pray. And how God actually heard you at the end of the day. How God was maintaining your smile coming from poverty and pain. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. That energy is different. I may be whacking coins to the average person, but the folks that truly free at the end of the day would never overlook you like a bad habit. The energy is different. I ain't have to do my neighbor wrong. I truly hope that you find peace with the end of the day, not to do you wrong either, neighbor. Say respect is a two-way street. That energy is different when it comes to maturing. I ain't got hate in my vein. I never looked at my neighbor like competition. Understand elevation hits different. When God allows you to see a point of view that folks can relate to, it's how you truly go with it. Understand unconditional love. Got the right people by your side with no malicious intentions. That energy is different when you're passing on your reality today. I'm not aging of respect that my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. One more love. Love is real, love is one of a kind. You know, the beauty always starts within. It does. Because someone sees you, hears you, not to overlook you. Someone never looked at you like competition because you was never the issue. When someone actually meant what they said, that they passed and live in that reality today, they actually meant what they said, and when they standing on business to love you right the first time around. Hold on one second, it wasn't a delay. It's changed off for me. That energy is different. Imagine saying I do to the right person. They point you in the right direction. Didn't matter the time zone at the end of the day, because time is not in existence. But when you in someone's world at the end of the day, they can truly show you why you elevate in the most healthiest way. How you gain the love and the best friend and the business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. When someone didn't have to get physical, don't project pain. When someone who was keeping the real with you when it came to common sense. Hold on one second. All someone wanted to do was love you properly the first time around. It wasn't wearing a mask to mislead you with pain. When someone truly shows that you're passing living your reality today, someone truly maintaining your smile, that energy is different. Not to see you frown. It wasn't spell work, it wasn't lust, it was real love. It was that 411 type of love. I got your back, I got your back. It was that 411 type of love. I got your back, I got your back. Bring you peace. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. Nah, it wasn't a poor connection because the line actually worked at the end of the day because God answers your prayer when you least expect it because God was pointing in the right direction when it came to healthy love. Someone loving you good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. How you gained a cheerleader up close in person and behind closed doors when the world was against you. You walked into the right person's arms not to do you wrong. When they try to blackmail you, gang stalk you, disrespect you at the end of the day, imagine having the right person by your side. Not one lie was told because God said, I got your back, baby. The energy is different. Hey! No, it's a trade though for me. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to the love department because someone could truly walk into life and not cheat on you. No, it's a trade off for me. Not everybody's the same. Hello. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I said I was gonna do one more, but I wouldn't go wrong if I do one more. Love is real, love is one of a kind with the right one actually for you. I wasn't used to that knock at the end of the day, and I say this respectfully. Saying, not only did you allow me to go within actually feel, but you was truly keeping it real, not the misleading with pain. You showed me my passion and my reality. That energy is different. I ain't have to run game when it came to my words. It just came authentic. I was asking God for guidance. Hey, hey, I just want to maintain. Yes, man, I love you right now to damn me alive. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. It's not because certain individuals dealt with a lot of pain. Certain individuals looked at somebody like they was mentally unstable, slow, stupid, and retarded. It's individuals that been in situation of being gang stalked or abuse relationships or not protected or respected, and they dealt with different relationships in that journey, right? But for someone to walk into your life and not to abuse you mentally, physically, emotionally, or verbally, or to go against what they said to you. The energy is different because someone, sees you, hears you, and respects you. And someone wasn't trying to fumble you because they couldn't be able to walk a day in your shoes, but they understood that I wasn't going to allow you to relive what you've been through. You overcame a storm that I'm very so much thankful that you didn't give up on yourself today because God allow us to see that healthy love is real. True love is one of a kind, regardless to what storm you're going through, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. That I'm able to hold a conversation with somebody and someone acknowledges me and sees me and understands, yeah, I dealt with trauma and pain, but I'm still able to bring balance into a healthy relationship. I'm able to continue to heal because you're going to forever heal, but I'm not going to project my trauma, my pain on you when it comes to growth and when it comes to me, I'm going to forever mature. It's trade off for me. No, for real. Imagine expressing yourself to someone, telling them your most vulnerable things that you had going on in your life, that you can't express yourself to certain people, like being gang stalked or being discriminated against or being in a domestic violence situation or being in situations that was out of your hands. because you had a past where you expressed yourself to somebody about what you endured or experienced, and all they did was blackmail you as to what you endured or did exactly the same thing what someone did to you to project pain. Like, you know how you thought you loved somebody, but they decided to say they had a hand problem to bring harm towards you or your household or your children, and you just said, I just overcame something when it came to parting ways with somebody because they didn't know how to love me or respect me or protect me or my children. This type of stuff actually happens. But then when someone actually uses their thinking cap and you come across somebody that says, you know what, I'm not trying to dim your light. By you coming out your comfort zone, I'm just trying to make things right when it comes to this next part of this journey. You believed in your faith because you walked out on it. You came out your comfort zone. I wasn't trying to mislead you to hurt you. That energy is different when someone truly actually meant what they said. They wasn't trying to overlook you. You know, true love is not supposed to hurt. You know, my content is not for everybody. Because you know what happens? Someone was dealing with a situation of being gang stalked. And gang stalking can be multiple things. You could be in a relationship and part ways from somebody, someone gang stalks you. Or you can just have someone from the outside point of view watching you within. Or you can have someone that you came in crossings with when it came to that supermarket, that doctor's office, or whatever the case may be. You put the name of your book and you express yourself to somebody about what you experienced, and only for them to turn around and do the very same thing that you said, I don't want to happen ever again to me, because it brought me to a place where I couldn't even see for myself. I couldn't even understand my own reflection. I didn't know how to love me. I didn't know how to choose me. And only for someone to walk into your life, right? And say, I'm going to be your protector. I'm going to love you and respect you, to know that you have a safe place, regardless if it's your ex, regardless if it's a stranger in the street, regardless if it's someone that ain't got common sense. The energy is different. You know, when you got the right person by your side, when they love you properly the first time around, it's not one lie was told. You probably lived in poverty and pain, and you don't always have to live in poverty and pain to deal with this type of mindset, right? But you never was protected or as a child, or you probably was in a mindset as a child where nobody heard you or saw you or respect you, and that went into your adulthood. And you always probably was the one that was always standing up for yourself. And finally, you get somebody that comes in. It's like, dang, you get cold chills. Am I safe? And then you ask your intuitions to ask God, I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying. Please don't allow me to reject me, because you allow me to show up for me. And if this is my person, I am not going to reject them. Energy is different. When you pray to go in, but then you just ask God to send the right person into your life that's not going to fumble you. And just different. You don't want to be fumbled. You don't want someone to waste your time and day. You want to be able to grow with somebody and be able to create a family. Everybody don't want no kids now. And the trade off of me. I said what I said. The trade each is out. But everybody doesn't want kids. You put it in your book. It's strength for me. But you decide to say that you want to elevate with somebody and have the right person in your life when it comes to elevation. You don't want them to take your kindness or weakness. You don't want them to blindside you. And as you become emotionally available, for them just to kick you back down. So you have to start all over. You don't want that. You want to be on the same page with somebody when it comes to common sense. Someone can truly walk into your life and not cheat on you, not abuse you mentally, physically, emotionally, or verbally. Someone can truly walk into your life and y'all both can reciprocate the same energy when it comes to a healthy union. Two people can truly be on the same page. They can. Someone doesn't have to hurt you. You've been so hurt to the point where you're tired. It's not that you're so tired of talking about it, you're so numb. And because you're so numb, it's like, I just want to stay alone later. If you ain't got good intentions, leave it. Let me alone. Only for someone not to do you wrong. And I said it respectfully. We may not pray the same, but respect's a two-way street. And I say that respectfully. You don't want someone to come into your life to humble you. You want someone to come into your life to respect you. You want someone to come into your life to be your peace. You don't want someone to come into your life to try to control you. It's one thing when someone says, you know what, I see a vision for us. It's not controlling. See, my devices are hacked. I see a vision for us, a brighter future. How two people could be on the same page. Mhm. How two people could be on the same page, loving each other properly. And it won't be a distraction when it comes to a healthy relationship either. Because you know why? Someone said, you know what? It's something about you. And not that it's something about you, but I'm very so much thankful that I did take my time to get to know you. And because I did take my time to get to know you, I'm attracted to you emotionally, physically, and mentally. That energy is different. The financial part comes last. No, it can change though because you care about true love, goddammit. Ah! But when that falls into place, that falls into place. Because when you're in a marriage with somebody and God forbid somebody was to get sick, in that energy, it just hits different. That elevation when it comes to a healthy bond with somebody, knowing that I'm willing to grow old with you. My content is not for everyone. It's not. True love is not supposed to hurt, and true love is not manipulation. It's not. How you will have individuals that are jealous and envy and have the hate mindset. They don't want you to be in a healthy relationship. How folks will dibble and dabble with tarot reading or dibble and dabble and try to get into someone's Akashic records, or someone will watch somebody for a very long time and and shortchange somebody of their free will and getting access to their energy or whatever the case may be, or have malicious intentions to project spell work towards somebody. And especially when they don't worship God. People talk about God all day long, but God is not manipulation or malicious intentions. When you have God in your life, and when God sends you into somebody's life, you show them growth and elevation. You don't show them to go up against their neighbor. You don't show them to kick their neighbor down. You don't show them to say, you know what, we're going to gang stalk them. We're going to hack their devices. You know, that's God. That's God. The good God is not malicious intentions. The good God is for, I see my neighbor down today. You're going left when you should be going right. I'm not for you, but I hope that you become your best self, visit of yourself in your own lane. I ain't got no issue with you. I ain't got jealousy or hate in my vein. Trust and believe me, it's a trait though, because congratulations on your goddamn relationship, neighbor. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. But when God sends the right people into your life, they don't have malicious intentions. They're not projecting spell work towards you to go against you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, and I say that respectfully. They're not. And when the right person walks into your life, and I say this respectfully, they don't pick up cards to invade your space. But the way God works, when you're a part of somebody, and especially if that's a divine connection, or if you're supposed to be part of someone's collective genuinely with no malicious intentions, that person, you will attract that person. And they wouldn't have to do root work on you to blackmail you to stop you from falling in love with somebody. They don't do that. They don't stop your growth when it comes to elevation. They don't do that. My content is not for everybody, and I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real, and it's disgusting to see how individuals use their gift to abuse a system, where they use their gifts to energy harvest off someone's energy, or they use their gifts because they know somebody in this department, that department, this department, that department, and they want to hack someone's devices, or they want to project spell work towards somebody, or they try to destiny swipe with somebody. Everybody's household is not the same. Just because it may not be happening in your household, it's happening in someone else's household. I say respectfully. And I say this respectfully. Somebody that's truly for you, and if you ever met them in a past life, they always find their way back to you. Let alone y'all always find y'all way back to each other. And it's always going to be a karmic that will try to stop someone's elevation when it comes to a healthy relationship. Because that was divinely guided. How they will blackmail somebody so someone won't see someone's potential, how they will lie on somebody or pay this person or pay that person to try to paint somebody to be something they truly not. A healthy relationship, and I say this respectfully, either if it's a past life relationship or just a new relationship in general. Somebody that's truly for you, when it's genuine or authentic, it would never be malicious intentions because someone is not trying to take your kindness or weakness. They don't have to project lust. They don't have to project spell work. They don't have to do rituals on you, come to me spells, or try to energy harvest off your energy. They don't have to do that. And a lot of individuals, they hide behind this type of stuff. But they rather tell half of a story at the end of the day as to why certain situations are occurring, why it's occurring at the end of the day. Because someone would sit there and say, oh, well, this person did this to me. This person owed me this. This person did this. This person did that. But they wouldn't tell you at the end of the day that the way they got the person was by spell work, was by energy harvesting, was doing come to me spells. How this type of stuff actually happens. I would never sit there and psych smile at they free will. I'm on the good God's timing. When something is genuinely organic for you, respect will be a two-way street. One thing about me, I just know how to respect my neighbor. And a lot of people are not used to someone being authentically respecting someone, regardless to what trauma and pain was endured within an innocent person, or regardless to someone lived in poverty and pain, or someone dealt with gang stalking, or someone that turned somebody's water off, or their lights off, or they didn't have food from going point from A to C because someone was doing spell work rituals or whatever the case may be. Because this type of stuff actually happens. It does. Everybody's walk of life is different. That's why I say my content is not for everyone. It's not. I want to be able to relate to who relates to me. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. Because someone that is genuinely for you at the end of the day, they don't have to gather up in groups to go up against you. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. And loving yourself is not a crime. And it's disgusting to see how individuals that are not as spiritually gifted as they say at the end of the day, they'll watch the next person just to see somebody's next move, just to repeat it. It'd be train of thought for me. And then in the process, they would hack the devices, they would gang stalk them, tap their phones, have the next door neighbor in different tax brackets, telling someone's next move, how this type of stuff actually happens. So someone can keep tabs on someone's reality, so they could bend off someone's life, make a couple of dollars, just try to dim somebody's light. How this type of stuff actually happens. Hey, the trade on me. I gotta go. I don't energy harvest people's energy, and I do not disrespect my neighbors. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. People that is truly for you, they see you, they hear you, and they respect you with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. They don't. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. It's not a crime to be authentic. It's not. And being authentic, a lot of people don't like that. Speaking up for yourself, people don't like that. People who feel like because they're able to control the narrative behind certain people in different tax brackets or different departments as to their establishment or whatever the case may be, that they'll be able to cover up abusing a situation, abusing an innocent person, or discriminate against an innocent person. How this type of stuff actually happens. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I don't care who disrespects me. I don't care who have to have a group of people to go up against me. Because one thing I'm far from is fake. And one thing I'm far from is a hater. And I'm going to always be Niyah, genuine love, respect, authentic. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? What's up, butterfly? You got wings today. You blossoming, looking real good when it come to elevation, when it come to growth. They would never understand. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing. God was misleading you when you thought God was. That wasn't but the enemy at the end of the day. Because God showed you your potential when it came to your faith. God was showing you the right direction from the wrong right direction. God was allowing you to see elevation when it comes to your strength. That energy is different. Elevate, elevate, never dim your light. Elevate, elevate, never dim your light. Now every chain throw for me. They would say God not real, but you bossing it, and God was really keeping it real. You don't worship the devil. You ain't got hate in your veins. That energy is different, even on your rainy days. It changed over me. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing. I love myself. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself. I love myself, not to dim my light. That energy is different, being authentic. You found balance when they came in blossoming. They will never understand your reality, understanding your reflection. They will never understand that. Hold on one second. It was never competition because I was never competing. You stood out. Not only did you stand out, but you wasn't trying to wild out. You almost got discouraged, but you didn't give up on yourself. They wanted you to be bent out of shape, but you wasn't trying to catch a case because God was showing you your existence. That energy is different. Wow, butterfly. As time continue to elevate, you just continue to blossom. Didn't matter your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. How the change of the season just allows you to feel. Healing scars, they would never understand how you truly heal. You showed up for you. You went from being a caterpillar to a butterfly. How you really blossoming every single day, overcoming trauma and pain. When they didn't understand to keep it real, it was days you couldn't see overflowing the wrong cup. That energy is different. They said that you just got lucky because you was willing to choose yourself to let go of the past. But something that you wasn't running from, that energy is different. How self love can truly last. No, it changed off for me. Always be yourself and on my left sentence. Wow. Monday. It was reflection time. Looking in the mirror. You was almost hurting yourself with your own words. You didn't know how to express yourself. Folks was overlooking you. Only realized the hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to reject you. Tuesday came along. I love myself now to dim my light. Thank you, God, for brightening my light. That energy is different. Wednesday, it almost made you fall back into your past when it comes to bad habits. But God said that hold on 1 second. Pain ain't gonna last forever. Continue to be patient with time and day, understanding your reflection when you're your biggest cheerleader. Folks wasn't trying to root you wrong. Folks wasn't trying to root you on when they only wanted to do you wrong. They was throwing sport right to left, trying to project you to be somebody who truly wasn't mentally ill. They try to get you locked up, put you in the cycle, the lies right to left. Who would have knew? You showing up for you when you have to get physical. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Where we at Thursday? Saying almost lost time when it come to timing day. You ever realize the week was just going by so fast and only was to hold on 1 second? You allow yourself to understand true love can truly last. Because God brought you balance. You may not pray the same as your neighbor, but you damn sure didn't have hate in your vein. They would never understand it, even exchange, understanding your reflection, how God wasn't trying to dim your light. The energy is different. I love myself. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself. I love myself, not to dim my light. Friday, the beauty started within. It was days that you didn't understand that, hold on 1 second, why was insecurities holding me back? You found balance to acknowledge yourself, not to hurt yourself with words. Never in competition with your neighbor when you actually understood that, hold on 1 second. Words can truly hurt, but God was maintaining your smile, allow you to see that you came from poverty and pain. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to healing trauma and pain. Saturday. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You didn't fumble you. You didn't lose you. You didn't. It was that type of love they couldn't relate to. Check you out, not to dim your light. Check you out, not to dim your light. How you past living your reality today. You still being patient with time and day. You almost fumbled you, but God was showing you to hold on 1 second. Faith they can relate to while you came out your comfort zone. That energy is different when it comes to growth and maturing. Always be yourself, not to dim your light. How sad it allows you to see that, hold on 1 second. If I choose me not to dim my light, God will show me why certain doors opening up for me. Even when I got lost in my words, regardless if I had a speech problem or not, God was really showing me it was okay to be me, regardless who wasn't rooting for me. I was my biggest cheerleader when I couldn't see. That energy is different. How Sunday came along. It's the end of the week. You have to remember, just because moments during that week, always choose yourself not to overlook you, because you're worthy regardless of overlooked you, gave up on you, or said you didn't have potential. No, every change on me. Always be yourself, but don't molest that. Just don't them your life, never, don't them your life, never, far from a hater. I'm Niyah, genuine love, respect. And when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And I always have, regardless who tries to blackmail me against me, whatever next door neighbor, any tax bracket, whatever the case may be. Never feel wrong for expressing yourself to the wrong person. And I say that respectfully. Never feel wrong for letting go and choosing you. Certain folks want you to demonstrate when it comes to your faith. We may not pray the same, but I ain't got hate in my vein. We may not pray the same when it comes to God, but I know at the end of the day, I still how to respect my neighbor to stay in my lane. Something that you couldn't relate to, neighbor. If you train a thought for me, always be yourself. When God sends the right people to your life, that maturity is different. They act in a body with the shoe size. Not one lie was told. Always be yourself. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. Never give up on you because they gave up on you or overlooked you or said that you didn't have potential, or they're in the background trying to make you homeless, or they're in the background trying to suck at your free will, or they're in the background. They don't want to water you down. They don't want you to blossom. So they don't want to pour encouragement words into you, but you can pour encouraging words into them. But always remember that God never missed a beat when it came to you being authentic, and you never had malicious intentions. Never give up on yourself because someone decides to fumble you or project spell towards you, or they don't want to put respect on your name. They want to see you frown. They want you to be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially stripped from your finances, or they don't want you to elevate to be able to go point A to Z. They don't want you to be able to maintain your refrigerator. They don't want you to maintain to be able to provide for your children. Never give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. And especially when you never have malicious intentions. You're not wrong for speaking up for yourself when your neighbor tried to kick you down. And God picked you up and God gave you a voice. And God allowed you to have the guidance because God was leading you when it came to that conversation. And you didn't have to physically hurt yourself or others around you. Or you didn't have to play with spell or good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day when the enemy was trying to test you. They didn't want you to elevate. Now every change off for me. Always be yourself. It didn't matter if you came from poverty and pain or not. Respect's a two-way street. It is. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. Peace and respect, some respect to neighbor, sup a bunch. Many whether on them, you like, go you, neighbor on them, you like. I don't worship the devil, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. But when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They don't listen to he say, she say when they come to you. And especially when folks are trying to kick you down. And I say that respectfully because everybody's healing journey is not the same. But respect's a two-way street when it comes to elevation. Someone truly actually wants you to become your best self, vision of yourself. They ain't got hate in their vein. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my heavenly Father God, and I work by myself, and I say it respectfully. When someone says you don't have potential, they try to blackmail you against you when it comes to your past, but something that you don't run from. Never give up on yourself. Healing, charm, pain is on a race overnight process. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. Protect your energy and protect your family. Energy change on me. I gotta go. Always be a step, but don't molest. Just Lord damn. Yeah, like that. I gotta go. Peace and respect, some respect to neighbor. Stop a bunch. You ready? Right on them. Yeah, like go. You neighbor on them. You like. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully, regardless to what group of people are trying to go up against me, regardless to who's trying to blackmail me against me at the end of the day, regardless to who's trying to paint me out to be somebody I am truly not. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. And my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. People will gang stalk you and then try to blackmail you against you to paint you out to be somebody you're truly not. All because someone lacks self control, all because someone tries to run up on you, all because someone doesn't want you to become your best self vision of yourself. So they would try to take a scenario to blackmail you against you. How this type of stuff actually happens. When certain folks try to turn your water off when it comes to actually growing and going within. They don't want to pour into you, so they want to shortchange you and be the train of thought for me when you have to get physical. No, and the train thought for me. Oh my God, I gotta go. Always be yourself. I was never doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing no long thing. That engine's different. We ain't the same because I ain't got hate in my vein. I actually knew how to respect my neighbor when you looked at me like competition when I was never competing. I just knew how to keep it real at the end of the day, sometimes you're not used to so actually being genuine and kind. It be a chain of thought for me. When God sends the right people to your life, respect's a two-way street. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself. Nobody deserves to be homeless. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And I gotta say something. When it comes to my creativity, it's nothing that I ever switched up on. I always been talking about the same creativity from when I first started my platform. That's first and foremost. It just got better with time and day. It's a train of thought for me. So if you feel that I'm talking about you, your mask fell off as to who you truly are. And I didn't have to do anything besides be myself. And I do not live in fear. So you can continue to run back to he say, she say, have those conversations when it comes to those group chats or whatever the case may be, when you had ill intentions towards me. And all I was doing was defending me because you said nobody was going to hear me. You know, people would threaten your life and say nobody's going to ever hear you, but God never stopped listening. We don't pray the same. My conscience is not for everybody, and that's okay. So the genuine ones on intentions, regardless if someone has you shadow banned and they're regardless if you're entrepreneur or not, if someone has to pay somebody to stay away from you and you never have malicious intentions, or if someone has to paint a narrative because they don't want you to elevate in life or they have to dig up your past and they got to say that you ain't got potential. Never give up on becoming your best self, vision of yourself, regardless if you're entrepreneur or not, or regardless if your next door neighbor or in any tax bracket is trying to take credit for your creativity because they trying to make it their own and they not trying to put respect on your name when you was the original character from the first place, the main character. And you never part of nobody's goddamn contract. And the trade off me, the air hustle was goddamn real. I do not project spell work towards my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I do not energy harvest of my neighbor's energy. I do not actually serve my neighbors. And I do not hack people's devices. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Always be yourself. I worship the good God with no malicious intentions. Yeah, I'm hot. I gotta go. You see me? I'm looking like a poodle. I gotta go. Always be yourself. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. Regardless who's trying to blackmail me against me, trying to take credit for my work, all my ideas came from Niyah Genuine Love Respect. You could try to blackmail me all day long. It's disgusting to see how an individual will watch you for months and even a few years just to hack your devices, send individuals in to blackmail you against you, and then they will hide behind fake pages or they will try to manipulate a group of people to go up against an innocent person. Or they will have to send spell work, or you would try to energy harvest or someone's energy, or even try to destiny swipe with somebody and then try to paint somebody to be crazy. And then you would sit there and gather up with a group of people in different communities to go up against somebody to have them robbed mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, even have them homeless. Or get them locked up or put them in the cyber because you don't want someone to actually be to walk in their authenticity. We not the same. I ain't got hate in my vein. And I say that respectfully. I work by myself when it comes to my creativity. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. Peace and respect to neighbor. Stop a bunch. You many words on them. Yeah, like oh you never on them. Yeah, like hit the trade. Don't be always be yourself with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. It's not. How people would try to blackmail you because they did you wrong. So now they gotta paint a narrative to make themselves look good after they already did you wrong. So they can try to paint you out to be the crazy person in the situation after they already disrespected you. And because you spoke up for yourself, now they want to make sure that they have you looking at a light that you're crazy when they was the ones in the beginning gang stalking you, not just gang stalking you, discriminated against you. So they got to clean their image up now, and because now they got to clean their image up, they want to look like they saved the day when they never did. It be the train of thought for me. How folks will gang stalk you, and they make sure that they'll do things to look like it's being fit into the narrative, so it could be backfired on an innocent person. How this type of stuff actually happens. Today is currently June 24th, 2025. I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect, and I'm closing this video out at 10:27 p.m. It's crazy to know that when someone hacks your devices, that when you record certain videos or you on phone calls, you hear an echo or you don't. It's certain things that goes on. It's funny when I'm only on YouTube, you don't hear me properly. But when I go on different platforms, you can hear me perfectly fine. You don't hear the glitch or nothing. No, the trade on me. One thing I gotta do is laugh, jackass. Always be yourself, and one thing I know how to do is take accountability for my actions. That's the difference between me, you, them, and they. I know how to take accountability for my actions. One thing I don't do is run from my past. We're not the same. When God sends the right people to your life, respect's a two-way street. Have a good evening. I'm Naya, Gina Respect. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Don't dim your light. I don't wish the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstand day. Have a good evening. Peace to respect, so respect to never stop the ones. Many ways on them, you like go, you never on them, you like.